Hello and welcome to another Coding Specs Python tutorial. Now for all of you who have followed me this far within the tutorial series, I would like to say a massive thank you, both for your support and for your suggestions throughout the year. Today will be the last tutorial of 2024 since most of us will be heading off for the holidays, myself included. I'm sure many of us in these days will be busy packing and unpacking suitcases, so the topic for today's video will be unpacking. And no, in this case, we don't mean unpacking of suitcases, but rather of tuples. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, let's start out by writing a tuple and saying A is 1, 2. And then, of course, if we say A0, this will be 1. However, what if we want an easier way of isolating each of the items within the tuple? Well, we can do this easily by saying, for example, x, y, separated by a comma, the same as a tuple, and saying equals a in this case. And you can see that now our x value will be 1, and our y value will be 2, which are the two elements which were contained within the tuple. This technique is known as unpacking. Namely, we take the items which were previously inside the tuple and we explode them out into their single values. Of course, we could have, for example, x, y being equal to, for example, 1, 2, 3, which is a tuple with 3 elements. This, of course, as you would expect, gives us an error. Why? Because we are trying to unpack 2 values out of a tuple with 3 elements. So our Python code doesn't know what to do. Does it unpack the first and the second element, the first and the third, the second and the third? It doesn't know. So therefore it will give us a value error. In order to avoid this and specify which values we wanted to unpack, we can say, for example, x, y, underscore, and that will be equal to 1, 2, 3. So in this case, it doesn't give us an error, and our value x will be 1, and our value y will be 2. Of course, this also works by saying x, underscore, y, for example, and that being equal to 1, 2, 3. And then in this case, x will of course be 1, and y will be 3, because we've unpacked the first and the third element. Last but not least, if we have a tuple, which is, for example, 1, 2, 3, and 4, so with 4 values, we might want to unpack the first and second values, and then all the other values, unpack them together. We can do this by writing x, y, asterisk z, and that will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. What the asterisk operator allows us to do is unpack all the remaining values within a single element. So we will have x, which is equal to 1, y, which is equal to 2, and z, which is equal to 3 and 4 together. Namely, all the remaining values within our original tuple. Of course, writing out, for example, x, asterisk y, asterisk z, equals 1, 2, 3, 4 as before will give us an error. Why? Because x will take the first element and then y will take all the others. So asterisk z doesn't have any meaning. So there you have it. Here is a quick and easy way of unpacking the values from within a tuple. I hope you can appreciate the additional flexibility which this kind of syntax can give your code. And I look forward to seeing your implementations, which I invite you to write in the comments below. Of course, feel free to make any suggestions as to future videos you would like to see me do in 2025, and I thank you all again from the bottom of my heart for the support you have given me so far. I invite you as always to like, share, and especially to subscribe, as well as check out any of my other videos. Now all that's left for me to say is, no, not happy coding, but happy holidays, and see you all again in 2025.